My name is Marissa Lake. I'm a freshman biology major, and today I'm here to tell you who should win the 2116 Retro-Nobel Prize. So first of all, what is the Retro-Nobel Prize? This would be an award given to someone that has passed away but had huge societal contributions in their lifetime. Angelina Jolie had huge humanitarian contributions in her lifetime that were not recognized by the Nobel Prize Committee, and I believe she should win the Retro-Nobel Prize Peace Prize. So who is Angelina Jolie? She's an American and global icon. From IMDb, I discovered that she is actually the world's highest paid actress, making roughly $18 million annually. And this is because she has starred in so many movies. She has starred in over 30 movies, including The Good Shepherd and Maleficent. She's also directed 5 movies, including Unbroken, and produced movies on the side as well. She is a very accomplished actress, and she has won 47 acting awards, including but not limited to the Golden Globes, Screen Actors Guild Award, People's Choice Award, and the most prestigious acting award, the Oscar. Not only did she get awarded 47 awards, but she has been nominated for nearly 100 awards, which shows just how accomplished an actress she really is. She also has some famous family. She's married to her soon-to-be ex-husband, Brad Pitt, who is a famous actor as well. He has been in multiple movies, but has also directed over 30 movies, including World War Z. Not only is she married to a famous actor, her father is a famous actor as well, who has starred in over 40 movies, including Tomb Raider, which he starred in with Angelina Jolie in 2001. So Angelina Jolie should win the Nobel Prize because of her humanitarian work, but where did it all begin? From Time magazine, I discovered that it began in 2001 when she was filming Tomb Raider in Cambodia. She started to see all the suffering and hardships of the people that lived there in this third world country, and she said, quote, "My eyes started to open." So later in the year, she contacted the United Nations High Commissioners of Refugees to help refugees and learn how to fund them a little bit more later that year. She also brought awareness to children who needed adopted by adopting children of her own from various countries, including her son Maddox from Cambodia in 2002, her daughter Zahara from Ethiopia in 2005, and her son Pax from Vietnam in 2007. She continues to help third world countries today as well. From looktothestars.org, I found that she has met with refugees in over 30 countries, including Egypt, Tanzania, Cambodia, Sierra Leone, and many more. And what she does, she goes on field missions funded by the United Nations Refugee Agency. Some of her field missions include 2011 Afghanistan. She actually met with girls that were going to attend a school that she funded, which I'll talk about later. And she also went to Iraq in 2016 recently, and she offered support and aid to 3.3 million Iraqis and highlighted their needs. She offered support by bringing food and shelter and money over to these people, and she highlighted their needs by talking to them and bringing that information back to the United Nations Refugee Agency to see what they need to do to help them more. She also benefits the world through charities. Again, from looktothestars.org, I found that she donates to 29 charities that are listed here. And she also created the Jolie Pitt Foundation with her husband Brad Pitt in 2006. And what this foundation does is it actually assists with humanitarian crises around the globe. So if something unfortunate happens in like a war-torn area in the Middle East, they'll go bring shelter, aid, and money to those people. And also, if you pay $33 a month, you can sponsor a child in one of these poor countries, and then you can see them grow and develop, and that gives people more of an incentive to want to fund her foundation. She also donated $1 million to the Global Action for Kids Foundation, which is sadly discontinued in 2010, but out of that came the SOS Children's Village, which she still funds today. And she gave $1 million to the Doctors Without Borders Foundation. So a little bit more about the SOS Children's Village I found from soschildrensvillages.org is they're actually in 134 countries and territories, and everything that is in color is where they're at, so they're basically everywhere around the globe. And in 2015 alone, 240,000 people were in their kindergartens, schools, and young adults were in their training centers to help develop life skills to better themselves and get them on their feet. 940,000 health services were provided, as well as 730,000 emergency services were provided as well. And this was just in 2015 alone, so you can only imagine how much more help is going to be provided throughout the years to come. And things like this wouldn't even be possible if it wasn't for Angelina Jolie donating this kind of money to the charity. Also, she donated $1 million to the Doctors Without Borders Foundation, So a little bit about them from DoctorsWithoutBorders.org is they actually vaccinated 710,000 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo for yellow fever. And now this isn't cheap because vaccines are very expensive, so you can only imagine how much money was funded just to do this vaccination alone. And they also created a 300-bed hospital in Afghanistan that caters to 1 million people. This is very important because in countries like Afghanistan, it's such a war-torn area that they don't really have hospitals, so the fact that they can go to a hospital for free is very important to those people. They also performed over 1,000 surgeries in Syria in 2012-2013, and they opened Tajikistan's first project to treat children with tuberculosis. And in the bottom picture here is a doctor from Doctors Without Borders treating a young girl with tuberculosis in the comfort of her own home. And things like this also wouldn't even be possible if it wasn't for people like Angelina Jolie donating $1 million to their foundation and helping fund these doctors go to these people for free. Angelina Jolie also educates and raises awareness of refugees. From LookToTheStars.org, I found that she's the United Nations Goodwill Ambassador, and her job is to educate people around the world. She educates them on how to fund them and the sufferings and hardships they go through, so they want to fund them and learn more about them. She also attends the World Refugee Day in Washington, D.C., and what she does there is she raises awareness of refugees as well to the American citizens. So she tells them about the sufferings, hardships, and just gives them more of an idea of what refugees are and how the United States can better them. In Washington, D.C., she also pushed for legislation to help refugees, and she went to Washington, D.C. to tell the people these refugees need more money and more aid from the United States since we are such a powerful country. And in the picture here, she attended the Muslim iftar dinner at the U.S. State Department, and she was basically talking to all these powerful people around the world and trying to get them to push for more legislation as well to help these refugees around the world. And she said, quote, "I ask people to understand that with 65 million people displaced by conflict, we are facing a world of wars we cannot turn our backs on." So she is the voice for these refugees in our country because they can't talk. From LookToTheStars.org again, I also found that Angelina Jolie co-chairs the Education Partnership to Children of Conflict. And she actually founded this organization herself in 2006, and it brings together hundreds of people. And it brings together current and former heads of state, Nobel Peace Prize winners, global CEOs, the media, and just people that have a lot of global influence on the world. And what they do is they come together annually and think about ways they can put their money towards to help children of conflict. And in 2007, the organization actually made a $148 million commitment to educate 350,000 children that did not go to school in conflict areas, as well as improve the schooling of 700,000 children in conflict areas. The best thing that came out of this foundation is actually the completion of the Kalagadaris Girls' School in Kabul Province, Afghanistan. And what it is it's the school that she founded completely with her own money by herself. It was built in 2012, and here's the picture of the girls going to school in their inauguration. And it's an all-female education environment in this conflict area, which is very important because women in Afghanistan don't really get the education they need, and they usually don't get it at all. So for them to be able to get it for free and have this nice school from 1st to 12th grade is very important for them. 300 girls attend this school, and the best thing that came out of this was the community actually agreed to delay all the girls' marriages until they graduated 12th grade. And that's really important because instead of girls getting married at such a young age, they're practically children. They can go through school, develop life skills, and become an adult and then get married. So, in conclusion, Angelina Jolie is such a famous figurehead. She's an amazing actress known globally, but she's so charitable and uses all her time and efforts to donate to people as well as build these schools and start foundations. And she has a constant humanitarian effort to help refugees and children around her. I believe she should win the 2116 Retro-Nobel Prize.